hey.
And then there were two twins.
Then there were two twins. We did it on purpose. We did. Okay.
See what happens when we don't talk to each other and we have the same clothes. Could you imagine if we were working together? Come on, we'd be fads.
We both bought the hats together at a convention. We both got the hoodie. Well, my brother got it for me from Fright Rags for my birthday, but yeah.
All right, I'm wearing black underwear. If you're wearing black underwear, it's gonna get real freaky.
I'm not going to look anyways.
All right, good. Well, because I was going to start to get real nervous there. So, well, welcome to our Tuesday night watch along. We're going to be doing Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, one of our favorites, as you can see, because that's where we're dressed to the hilt. And we're one piece of the podcast puzzle short. Big Joe is not feeling well, so he's not going to make it tonight. So hopefully he's feeling better, and he's all well and better for Sunday's podcast.
Yes, get well, Joe. If you're out there, buddy, hope things are good. And yes, prepare yourself for St. Patrick's Day weekend. We kind of are.
Oh yeah, so I will be very hungover for Sunday night's podcast because I am going out Friday night and Saturday, and then the party's going to progressively get bigger. So it's going to be a rough weekend. Yes.
Yeah, and Sunday's going to be kind of rough too.
Yeah, Sunday night show always rough during the podcast, doing all the drinking that we do. So we don't promote drinking. We're just enjoying ourselves.
Yeah. Pat and I we're responsible adults.
Yes, very responsible. Matt Newman in the house. Good evening. And your best Alfred. I was trying to do my best Alfred Hitchcock. Good evening.
I'm wondering. Yeah, I think in future reference, I know I could always see the flashing because of the screen. I'll probably go back that way for the future. But for a Halloween movie, we're doing it this way.
You got to do it this way. And this is, as we've mentioned, this is definitely one of my favorites. It's very high on my ranking. I know it's one of Brett's favorites, and it's actually one piece of the puzzle of my collection that I collect. 1, 2, and 3 basically, and then scatterings of the other movies. And what really blows is I'm having a problem with my Google Drive. I have a bunch of slides I was going to bring up during the movie and show everybody my promotional stuff. I'll figure out a way to bring it up and just share it as I'm sharing my screen. I don't know why the hell Google was. I'm going to try it one more time and then fuck Google, bastards.
Fuck it.
Fuck them.
Well, and anybody that's doing the watch along of this I'm assuming they're a real big fan of it. And we've talked about it many times. This movie, God, it was even frowned upon when I first saw it, but it's really caught the popularity and it's really caught on. Seems it gets more and more popular as the years go on.
And rightly so. I've told the story. I was that kid. I was in that theater in '82 looking around saying, all right, where's Michael Myers? But I enjoyed it. I was definitely disappointed, but I enjoyed it. And I've never had any disdain for it. A lot of people are like, oh, fuck this. I said, no, I enjoyed it as a movie. Albeit I love my Tom Atkins. I love the whole story. The late Dan O'Hurley as Conal Cochran, the way he played so evil. I mean, it's just a fun watch, And I've said before, dude, a movie's got to be really fucking bad. A movie's got to be Skinamarink bad for me to really say it sucks.
Yeah.
That is the new sliding scale. How bad was the movie? Skinamarink.
Well, you look at it this way too, Pat. This movie, a lot of people don't like that it's part of the Halloween franchise, but I'm kind of happy it is, though, when I think about it.
Me too, because I embrace it more.
Yeah, you embrace it more. Hopefully, like they've talked about, age 45, they'll do what they did at age 40, where you can go to the bar and get a photo op with Tom Atkins, and it was a free pint glass, which I didn't do last time, but definitely doing it this year for sure.
Oh, absolutely doing it this year. Hell yeah. Have a drink with Tom Atkins? Fucking A, I'm there.
Yeah, and Tom Atkins is no spring chicken. He's, 84 or something like that? He's up there.
Yeah, he's in his low 80s.
Still doing stage work, I think, in Pittsburgh.
Probably picking up girls 30 years his younger, bastard, and nailing them.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know, we do these every Tuesday night. We do different movies. We always ask people during the podcast, hey, let us know what you want to watch. And we figured since St. Patty's Day is Friday, let's do Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. So how it works is I have it queued up next to me, and Brett's got it queued up on his theater wall there. We can't broadcast it, obviously, because you two will take our asses right down for copyright. So we watch. So if you guys have a copy of it, watch along with us. We'll get a comment. We want to hear your comments and just have fun with it. I'd love to just broadcast it, but if you haven't seen watch alongs on YouTube, nobody broadcasts it because you can't. because it
No.
does not like that. So I'm watching it on a thumb drive. Brady is watching the
DVD.
the
Yep.
DVD. Michael Myers
Blu-ray.
in the house. See, Michael Myers is here during the movie. So they can't.
That's awesome.
What do you mean there's no Michael Myers in Halloween 3? Right there in the fucking chat.
I'm talking. I gotta grab I gotta change this to 2.35 aspect ratio, Pat. Hold on.
Do it up. Go hit the button. Blow it up. So as long as you got it someplace to watch it, we're gonna start it all together. We'll give a couple of Agnet Blake, what's up, man? It's on Tubi? Oh, I didn't know. I read it's on Tubi. I didn't know it was on Tubi.
Oh, it is on Tubi. Okay.
Oh, cool. I did not know that.
And there could be an appearance by my brother, hopefully.
Oh, really?
Yes. I've been trying to get him to stay away from the super shy thing, so we'll see.
Is he there, or are we gonna bring him in?
Oh, he's not here. No, he's gonna be in the comments.
In the chat, I was gonna say, oh man, bring his ass on. Make sure he's all dressed in green.
He's got enough of it too. I'm ready though. So if we're ready.
I'm ready to go. So if you guys got it all queued up, however you're watching it, I have it all queued up. It's at 0. It's just about to show the beginning thing.
The
so
Universal.
The Universal. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 and play, and we're starting to watch Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. Oh, Michael Myers will be here all day. I'll be here all day.
Nice.
Okay. It's nice to know that we're gonna have Michael Myers here regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just to start off right away with some commentary, this is hands down in my top 3 Carpenter soundtracks for Halloween. I mean, come on. I love this, the Chariots of Pumpkins. It's just unbelievable, the soundtrack. The whole soundtrack is great.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I was glad when I was making everything up, I was able to find a download of the font.
You did find the font. Yeah, I know a couple of people use them on the YouTube shows, right?
Yeah, it's basically the same font, except it as it's the same Halloween font, except it's italic. It's called was it ITC Serif Gothic Heavy is the regular one, and this is Serif Gothic Italic.
Where are you at on your credits right now?
Dan O'Hurley.
Okay, perfect. Now the editor. Okay.
Editor Millie Moore. What's up, Millie?
Millie.
Thoroughly modern Millie.
Millie Vanilli.
So yeah, we're just watching the credits start right now with all the digital stuff, this was a pretty cool intro. I thought it was pretty. I mean, you got to remember this is 1982, so just started the real start of the computer age, as far as I'm concerned.
Only a year after Halloween 2. Yeah. Great score to this too. Just
the score. I mean,
the stuff
I love the score. Oh, Barry Bernardi.
Barry Bernardi.
He's
Did you show up at age 45? I doubt it.
He's the dead mechanic from part 1.
Yes, he's pretty high profile now. Does a lot of Adam Sandler's films. So, it's kind of a big deal, right? Dean.
Dean, and I could kick myself on Sunday. I forgot to give a shout out because Sunday was Dean Cundy's 77th birthday, I think it was.
Yeah, and he's still doing Mandalorian episodes, and that's
yeah.
Awesome. Oh yeah, Erwin Yablans is a part of this still.
Did you ever see? Do you remember the old interviews with Deborah Hill, and she was talking about how she brought Dean Cundy on because they had worked on a low budget Satan's Cheerleaders film.
Mm-hmm. And then he did porn before that, right?
He did some softcore. Yeah. Did you ever watch Satan's Cheerleaders?
No.
It is. It's so
atrocious.
Bad. But you could definitely see how well it was shot because Dean Cundy did it. So you can see it. What's her name was in it? Yvonne DiCarlo.
Is it available somewhere? Is that like an official release somewhere?
I found it somewhere. If I can find it again, I'll send it to you. Yvonne DiCarlo was in it. Lily Munster.
Oh, okay.
And somebody else was in it too. Fuck, who was it? I forget. But I remember after years watching those interviews with Deborah Hill, and I was like, I got to find that damn movie because I keep hearing Satan's Cheerleaders. And it definitely sounds like something I need to watch. And it was low budget. I mean, basically a bunch of half naked cheerleaders in a real B film.
Well, when the diehard Halloween fans are really thinking about this movie recently with them taking apart the Silver Shamrock factory. So Yeah, I guess that's not really the well. If you've seen Horror's Hollow Grounds, it's not really the most interesting town to go and visit. So,
No, I would like for nostalgia, I would definitely do it. But yeah, here it's just basically like
how
like a ghost town, so to
how it
speak.
is in the movie,
What's that?
how it is kind of in the movie during the day, right?
Pretty much.
Or at
Yeah.
nighttime. It's more at night. Yeah,
And
just so
the
you could
this
have made. Why
what
don't
the
you
hell's the
make
guy's name?
the father here?
The father. I forget his name. I remember watching. I was flipping through the channels one night, and he popped up on some. I think it was an episode of Canon. Remember
Oh,
Canon?
we're talking. They're talking about what they're gonna do next with Halloween and everything. And they talked about carrying on this, but I'd be curious if somebody would remake this maybe into a mini series. Imagine you could further elaborate this in a whole other story nowadays. I'm
Well,
sure
that's what
people have
everybody
thought
thought.
about it.
Everybody thought that's where David Gordon Green and company were going to go. But I kept saying no, they're not, because they had a three picture deal, and I don't think they were going to go beyond that. So, but
Yeah,
maybe somebody else will pick it up and do something with it. I'd be interested. Like the next day, what happened the next day after that? Because they never took that last channel off, as far as we could see. So obviously, it must have killed a lot of kids.
if I were to guess, I would think you would. Oh, you
Yeah,
would just
as you can,
start fresh with new characters and just do the whole story in a different way again. I know that would probably not be a popular decision, but you just got to think about how Hollywood works the system, right?
and as you can tell, this is obviously a spoiler watch along, because we know this movie inside out, upside down. So we'll be talking about it.
Look at the hairdo in this guy.
This is
You could
great. Getting crushed between the two cars.
you can tell he's not human. He just looks. Ugh.
Oh,
That's
good.
I still love that
Still leave
sound
a mark.
effect too. The
Yeah, the
body
crunch.
drop sound effect.
I will say, for some reason, I everybody knows all I do is watch Pluto TV. It's always on in the background, whether I'm cooking or doing something. And lately, they keep showing Rob Zombie's 1 and 2. So the scene in Rob Zombie's Part 2, when he takes the piece of glass and cuts off Richard Brake's head.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever hear the sound effect and it sounds like a saw? Go back and listen to it. All you hear is, like when you're sawing something, like,
Oh yeah.
that's the sound effect. Go back and listen to it. I swear to God, I'm like, it's a saw. He's not even using it. He's using a piece of glass, first of all. But it was on the other night, and I'm listening to it in the background again. I'm like, there's that fucking saw.
Oh, really? Oh man.
Yeah, go one of these days. Go listen. You're gonna be like, Pat's right. It's friggin' a saw. Because all you hear is Rich going, because he's cutting it, and it's like a cutting meat sound, and all of a sudden you hear like somebody sawing something. We had a time getting it here. You wouldn't believe it. The Stonehenge.
Oh, yeah.
And
And
every time I see this, I think of Stonehenge from what do you call it? Spinal Tap.
And I don't know this gentleman's name. I just remember him as the air traffic guy in Escape from New York, right?
And he's one of remember when we did the interview with Sean Clark? He was one of his white whales that he's trying to get.
That's right.
Essex Smith is his name. He's trying to get him to a convention.
It's too late, assholes. We're going down.
Yeah. And that is Tommy Lee Wallace's voice.
Now, there's a rumor. What is it? That Jamie Lee had a voice in it, but it's not true, right? Isn't that what it was?
Yes. And the thing, and people, I've argued with people over the years, and they're just like, well, it says it on her IMDb. I said, well, on her IMDb, I can have an IMDb. It could say, I fought
It's like
roses.
Wikipedia. Do you believe everything on Wikipedia?
Wait, well, it's got to be true. They put it on the internet. But no, she said it before. Sean Clark even said it, that she said that was not her. And I remember I talked to Daniel Farrens about it too, because he said he had talked to Jamie Lee or somebody about it.
Did we talk to him on our show?
Yeah, and he said, he's just like, no, it was not her. It was he said the voice actress name. I can't think of who it was. I forget who it was. Because I was like, oh, no. It's like, well, why? I mean, you got to remember, Jamie Lee moved on after H2. It's not like she was part of that of the Carpenter Rat Pack.
Yeah,
She moved on.
Between Halloween 1 and 2, she had what, Terror Train Prom Night. She'd done a whole bunch of horror films, and it was
Yeah.
what's the Road one? I forgot that was part of it technically too, right? It's gonna bug me.
Which one?
It's called Road something. I saw it a long time ago.
That she was in?
Yeah, that she was in. Maybe it wasn't as much of a horror film. I think it was a thriller.
Oh, I don't remember.
I'm looking her up now.
She was good. Go watch Love Letters. You want to see a lot of Jamie Lee Curtis? Go watch Love Letters. She's definitely naked a lot in that movie.
Love Letters. I got a kick out of Tom Savini about that movie Jamie Lee won for. She's like, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Did you ever see that?
That was good. Yeah. For those that haven't watched the Thing with Two Heads, the latest episode where they have Tom Savini on, we had a big snowstorm in my neck of the woods today, so I was working from home today, and I had it on in the background all day, and it was very entertaining, to say the least.
Road Games with Stacy Keach. Did you ever see that? I saw it once, a long time ago.
You know, I remember seeing the VHS cover up. I could admittedly have not seen the movie though.
It's free on Freebie.
And there she is, Nancy Loomis, or Nancy Keys, whatever you want to call her.
Yeah, talk about what a pain.
Yeah, she's just. Yeah, I'll tell you, in every movie she plays that same part where she's like a bitch. She was that way in Assault on Precinct 13. Even at Halloween, she was a little bitchy. She's a bitch in this. She was a bitch in The Fog. No offense.
They call it Silver Shamrock, but it's green everywhere. Oh, maybe it's silver on the actual thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The chip.
Yeah, because if you look at the chips, even on the masks back here, over here.
Now, we all know Tom Savini. It's well known that he's the ultimate horny bastard in this freaking movie. Did I say Tom Savini?
Atkins?
Tom Atkins. Got
Tom
stuck
Atkins.
with Tom Savini.
Oh, yeah, Tom Atkins. Yeah, but this and freaking The Fog, man. He was a dirty dog. That's one of my favorite scenes in The Fog when they're sitting there laying in bed, him and Jamie Lee, and you can tell they just nailed each other. And he's like, "Can you tell me something? What's your name?"
Yeah, unbelievable, right? Oh, hey, Travis, you're out there? Cool. Yeah, I think it's falling right near my top 5. That's a good point there, Travis. It's.
Oh, why was my? Oh, I apologize, chat room, because I don't know why it was not refreshing on my end. I'm like, wow, nobody's chatting.
I minimized the StreamYard. It's just easier that way to see the comments.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you said that. I just went and refreshed it and it came right up. That's weird. I don't understand why it did that. Can we do Halloween 2 1981 next? You don't have to twist my arm, man. You want to do Halloween 2 next week?
This guy just takes off because he's just like, has he got a
I'm in the movie, but I'm not there. Yes, you are. You're on the TV, Michael. What was that, Brett?
He's got like a guilt trip or something. The gas station attendant, he just takes off. Look, and he's like trying to stealth.
I don't want no trouble, man, because they always say, man, I want the trouble. That's what.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody in the chat, exactly. Everybody watching, hit that like button. Helps a brother out.
Yes, thank you.
Don't cost nothing.
Here we go. Woo!
Well, look at him sitting there. I just listened to the soundtrack. Oh, nice. You got to start The Mandalorian. One of these days, I got to start it too. My son watches it. He knows Inside Out.
Yeah,
you got to come on video one day. But Michael, you don't talk. Michael Myers doesn't talk. Hope you guys are well. This is one that's definitely grown on me and easily in my top. Yeah, easy. Just look at us two idiots dressed like friggin'.
Yeah.
Just like
Look at us dumbasses.
What the hell is it? The two guys at Night at the Roxy on Saturday Night Live when they would go out.
Night at the Roxbury.
Night at the Roxbury. Yeah. Like I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for somebody to walk by down here and just look at me and be like my daughter or my wife. I had that
zip-up hoodie that I bought at Flashback a few years ago, where it has the whole commercial dialogue from Tommy Lee Wallace in the sleeves. That's a black hoodie.
Oh, I didn't see that. I would have bought that. I'm glad they did the hoodie. I have the T-shirt. I bought a T-shirt out last year, but I'm glad because I'm a hoodie guy. Because I need the space when you got a beer belly. Speaking of beer,
this is one of those zip-up ones, though, or one of those unofficial studio releases. They don't have the rights.
Oh, one of those, yeah. So who cares? Hey, why not? I always remember there not being many kills in this movie, but I'm always shocked. Oh yeah, there is not a lot of kills here, but they're fun. They're interesting, and it just makes for a fun film.
He gives you Peter Cetera vibes, huh, Travis? That's nice.
Peter Cetera.
Chicago kicks ass.
Stay the night.
Look what he does to this guy's nose. It's just like.
Yeah, man, this is just the kills are brutal. Yeah, it's like, oh man, imagine somebody fucking just pulling your eyes and just pulling your skull apart like that. One of these days, I'm gonna wake up and there'll be my wife standing over me, ready to do this.
Oh, the skin's like loose off it. It's brutal. Looks like Judd Hirsch now.
I love that. What's that?
You look like Judd Hirsch now after that.
Judd Hirsch. Yeah. Alex Rieger. I was just watching Taxi again today. Sorry, guys. For those that don't know, I love movies, but I am a bona fide like sitcom junkie. My wife will even tell you that. I mean, but all older sitcoms. Everything. I mean, there's a handful in the last 10, 20 years I like, but everything from my youth, from Happy Days to fucking Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy, all that stupid shit. That's all I watch.
Since when does like that guy like give a shit about his gloves with blood all over him? That was kind of funny. He's gonna blow himself up here, right? He's just like, why is he worried about his gloves?
Now, admittedly, I don't know this, and I have watched the Sean Clark stuff. Is this a hospital from Halloween 2?
I don't remember. I'm sure he talks about in that episode.
I'm sure he does, and for some reason, I'm not remembering if it is or isn't. And if anybody in the chat knows that, let me know, because I admittedly, I mean, it looks like it could be.
That's a lot of gasoline.
The family who stays the night next to them reminds me of custom. I haven't watched that in a minute. I have to go back and look at that video.
I love that when they did the Horrors Hollow Grounds where the that guy that lives at the hotel is giving Sean and Tommy Lee Wallace all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
The one guy that managers to tell him, get back into your room. Get back in.
I have to go back and rewatch that. It's been a minute since I watched that.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
Every time I watch this, I always like the one fireman just sitting there staring at him on the phone.
He looks like he's like had a long night out or something. You know that? Did we see the nurse that's talking in the hallway with the one reporter or cop there, whatever? And like, did we even see her previously?
Her? No, not at all. Because it was the African American nurse that was there, so I don't know who that woman is.
Oh, that's right. Nancy Loomis is giving him shit on the phone.
Yeah.
Does he say something bad happened at the hospital? He doesn't really go in detail. He's like, some guy just came in here, killed a patient, and blew himself up.
Yeah, he didn't say it. He was like, oh, something happened here. No, he said a man died here tonight. You know, that's all he said. It's like, well, you're at a hospital. That could be anything.
Now
the mask.
This is the same year as Creepshow, isn't it, too?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Tom Atkins had a good year. Tom Atkins' lack of charisma in the movie. While he grew on me, I argue the gas station attendant may have made for a better protagonist. Yeah, that's a good argument. I can see that.
Yeah, he's not exactly a hard ass, but he's not a wussy either. He's kind of like. They just left the car.
They just leave it there. It's still smoldering. Just leave it there. We'll get to it later. Don't worry about it. Just leave it. Nothing to see here.
The kids want to take the car doors and use a ramp for their bikes. Sure, why not?
Who's the detective? Is it Frank Drebin? There's nothing to see here. Move along. As everything's exploding behind him. There's nothing to see here. Frank Drebin. Yeah, hey, there's my Creepshow reference.
Yeah, Stacy, she was something.
Stacy Nelkin. Good woman. Good looking woman. Oh, I have, for those, I mentioned it earlier, I took a bunch of my promotional Halloween 3 stuff and I was going to show it while we were watching and bring it up, but my Google Slides for some reason is not responding. Let me try one more time.
You know, Pat, while you're doing it, it makes me think.
Still not doing it. I mean, I
I
can
know
share
my
a screen.
brother's gotten further than I have. I've only gotten a few pages in Tommy Lee Wallace's book, and everything I've heard, it's really good.
You know what? Admittedly, I've been so busy, and I went back and was rereading the H1 novelization just to brush up on it, and doing some other shit with these videos. Man, I got to read that. I really do. I might admittedly just put it off to the side until the spring and the summer, because I like to sit outside, have a beer, read something, or when we go on vacation,
Sit
I'll take
outside,
it with me.
relax.
Yeah. So admittedly, I
Well,
might just put it aside for
I'm
now.
sure most people watching us, they don't know it, but if they do or whatever. Yeah, Tommy Lee Wallace. Where the hell is Michael Myers? Just came out in the fall, right, Pat?
Yeah. Is that the soft cover or the hardcover?
I went with soft cover.
You
I
want
know
soft?
the hard covers are probably twice as much, but
Yeah, it was like I mean, admittedly, the only bad thing about it so far is the price. It's a little bit on the steep side for that book. And I got the hardcover book. It was like $90 something.
makes me think of Bill Duke and Commando at the beginning with the Cadillac. You know what I like best? The price. He drives the car out of the showroom through the window. Yeah, I'm trying to think
All
what
right,
else.
figured out a way that I can share some of this stuff. So give me a minute. I'm a little fucking pissed off at this, why I did that. I don't know why it's not connecting to my Google Drive.
Yo, I don't have this much, shockingly. I just started getting my poster autographed, and I think I only got Tommy Lee Wallace on it, but I'm going to go a little bit further down the road on that. Oh, yeah, he likes this one, too. That's right. He likes the blonde hair, too. He likes everybody.
Okay. I figured out a way to do it. Let's see. So I brought out, I have some pictures I'm going to bring up. Now, for those that don't know, I collect Halloween 3 stuff. And when it comes to Halloween,
No
I do?
shit.
No.
Shut right.
As you know, as you might have noticed, I got a slight weight problem. No. I swallow a lot of aggression along with a lot of pizzas.
Now, this bar, if people don't know the landscaping, actually, this is kind of right near where Michael is walking towards the Haddonfield Hospital in the streets there in that town. Correct. Right there. And they pass the bar, this entrance to this bar right there. And then if you keep on going further down, the Fog Church is there too.
And there it is. There's Michael Myers on the screen. Is he still in the chat?
Yeah, there. You made your appearance.
No, I don't have any Halloween spirit. Window. Okay, so here's this one. All right, so yeah, so I collect pretty much everything from the first 3 movies, but I love promotional stuff, anything that's tied to the film. So I brought up a couple of cool things I figure we can look at while we're watching the film. So this is my original Halloween 3 one sheet.
Nice.
That's my one sheet right there, and this is actually these two I brought up the podcast for our collectible spotlight of the week. This is an Italian H3 Locandina poster, and this is another Italian poster.
Oh, look at that! I've never seen that one before, Pat. Huh.
Yes, indeed. La Stretta della Notte. I think that's how it's pronounced. Season of the Witch. So those would be some of the few things, and I'll bring some more out as we go along.
You know, I'll send you a few unless you think it's too hard for me to send them to you while we're doing
it. If you want. If you got some promotional stuff or posters or signatures, sure. Why not? Let's bring them all out.
Bring them all out.
Bring them all out, man.
But yeah, we hope that he's going to be doing that. It sounds like they're going to do something again with him at that bar, which will be cool.
Yes. Actually, he mentioned that. Did he mention it in the thing with 2 heads?
Yeah, they're going to do something similar again, right?
Yeah, so they do that. I am so there. I mean, I'm got to have a drink with Tom because I'm so fucking there. And admittedly, I'll say, Tom, here's $50. What's this for? It's for that signed photo I never paid for at the one convention I was at in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Dick. That's awesome, man.
Does anyone have any insight to the actual mask used on the poster? I wonder if it's a prop that's still. Which mask?
That's a hell of a question.
Mini Blankenship. What is that? Where was that referenced again, Mrs. Blankenship? Best part about living in a house is that crazy old lady wouldn't hear a truck drive through her living room.
You could hear a dump truck go through a nitroglycerin plant. Wrong movie. Oh, God. You know, oh, there's a Mondo poster.
Oh, the demon witch that's on the poster. I didn't even catch that. You're absolutely right. Oh, I don't know. That I don't know. That's actually a really good question, Travis. And I'm surprised they never even made one. You know what? Tell Trick or Treat Studios. They'll fucking do it. They mean, they're just making every mask under the sun for Halloween now.
You crazy bastard.
I mean, now they're even making Allison's cat mask from Ends and the Scarecrow, the Corey Cunningham. I mean, they're doing all the Rob Zombie ones now.
Yep, they're. I got to take a break from them.
Yeah, see, that's the corner. Michael walks right up and makes the left towards Haddonfield Memorial.
That's right. That's it right there. And then
That's
you can go down to the Fog House.
One of those radios in that right there could be one of the Boombox Boys.
Now, I showed the NECA Signs figure set by Tommy Lee Wallace on Sunday, so I grabbed some other stuff. Just
cool.
But yeah, that's pretty close to South Pasadena. Where that's at. The babysitter houses is the only thing that's pretty much further away from the Pasadena area, but get there in given traffic half hour. Oh, just shout out, Pat. I didn't think about this. So when I go to Vegas to see my wife's uncle at the end of next week, I will. I was thinking about going to Nightmare Toys since it was in Vegas. Maybe I'll get some footage there. And we know the person, or you guys, or you or Joe know the person pretty well, or is there somebody that we were talking to?
No, I've just bought some stuff from her, and she's all over the internet. What's her name? Christy, Nightmare Christy.
Nightmare Christy,
the redhead. Okay. She's all over the place.
Okay, I'll be on the lookout for her. Now, they made a replica mini sign of that Santa Mira, right? Trick or Treat Studios.
Yeah, I have mine right over there.
Right over there,
and I have the.
Looks like Peter Fonda from on Golden Pond back there. You know?
Yeah. And I have the, what do you call it?
Look at that shot. Eerie, Pat. Sorry.
What's the, why am I drawing a blank on? I can't see it in the dark. The sign where Buddy Cuffer's dad, and he's like, oh, can we go look in there? It was Final Processing. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I have the metal Final Processing sign over there somewhere too.
I don't have that one. You and I bought the Ouija boards to be a part of our collection. We'll never open them or mess with them.
Yeah, I didn't. I just did the promotional stuff that I figured I'd show tonight because I can't show everything. For those that don't know, go out on this channel. Go look. I have a playlist. I did 3 for the 40th anniversary last October. I did 3 collectible spotlights where I highlight my entire H3 collection with promotional stuff, all the toys, all the video stuff, the media. So it's on this channel. Go check it out. There's 3 episodes.
Yeah, Travis, I know it was one of the weeks that Chris was in the chat room with Halloween Daily News where he's really a fan of Halloween 3, and he's talked about joking around doing his own things with the masks. So that would be that's a real good question. I never thought that because you have that like weird witch looking thing that's on the promotional stuff. I never thought of that. Like, shit, how come they never did a mask of that? That's a good call. I just seeing these old school pumps, seeing that old school Coke machine.
Mm-hmm. You've come to the right place. Cozy, it's quiet, and the price is right.
Take it easy, Peter Fonda.
Peter Fonda.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, if you ever listened to the commentary track, one of the newer ones that Tom Atkins did, it's so funny where he's talking about, he's like, yeah, I'm going to take this girl. We're going to go sleep with her. And then his real life wife almost hits him here. Remember? His real life.
That's how great is that? Yeah. Marge Gutman is actually his wife. So here he is nailing friggin', he's technically nailing Stacy Nelkin in the next room over. Probably even at this time, 20 years is younger. And he's got his wife in the next room. Now that's the guy I want to go sit and have a drink with.
I want to party with you, cowboy.
I want to party with you. Remember that time you got drunk with a cow? You tried to make it with the cow. That is going to be a watch along. We have to do Stripes one of these days. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I love how Dr. Chalice pronounces Monday in this movie. I'll see you Monday. Yeah. Robert Mundy. Robert Mundy.
Dr. Chalice.
Robert Mundy. 3 people are dead tonight as a result of escaped mental patient.
The fucking cousin Eddie RV, right?
Yeah, this is like this is like the
fucking
early version
Paulie
of
from
Cousin
Rocky
Eddie.
here with that fucking hat on.
Yeah.
Fucking Burt Young.
I'm Buddy Cupfer, right? Driver of the Winnebago.
And what kind of fucking outfit is this broad wearing? Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, she's got like this big, like weird, like purple jumpsuit.
Only if the kid knew, he would have kept on riding and never stopped.
Has he ever been at a convention? The kid?
Yeah,
He was at age, was he at age, any of the Halloween conventions?
I thought he was at age 40, actually.
There's Mrs. Tom Atkins. Well, ex-Mrs. Tom Atkins. Nice rack.
That was so great. You could cut the electricity with a knife, right?
Yeah.
As Gorilla Monsoon would say. Anyways.
God, Gorilla Monsoon. Holy shit. About halfway through this movie, every shot ends with Chalice, him running off screen, and it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Hey, whoa. It's getting late. I can use a drink. That's something I would say. Just like me and my wife when we go somewhere, we have to stay in a hotel somewhere. And she'd be like, "Oh, here I go. Whoa. It's getting late. I need a drink." Where would you like to stay?
So awkward
Mr.
here.
Dr. Chalice. I know. It's got like the members only jacket. Would you want to sleep, Dr. Chalice?
The way she says that, he's like, "Oh, I think I'm in."
And at this point is when you're supposed to hear like the real cheesy porn music. Dad, I think he's going to pork her. Okay, Russ, you may pork her.
He's such an ass grabber.
He is, man. God bless him.
Actually, you know what his best line is. Though.
Oh, wait, shh. See, that is not. I mean, it doesn't even sound like Jamie Lee Curtis. I've never understood why people thought that was her.
I swear, it's like the frickin' Purge, right? Everybody's closing their doors.
Everybody's closing the doors, right? Yeah. The shot of him on top of the girl is so unflattering and gross to watch. Yeah, it's like walking in on your mom and dad humping. There's no one seeing that. Yeah, the best is, what was that? Who cares?
Forget it. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, the shot of his naked back. Yep. Where all I can picture is an upside down Dorito made out of fried chicken.
So what's he going? He's going to get booze here in a minute.
That's an image I'm never going to get out of my head. Yeah, he was going to find something to drink. Go to get some booze. And I'm keeping it traditional. Those that don't know, I'm a Guinness junkie. I'm drinking my Irish Guinness.
I went light ultra.
With my I was going to get regular beer, but I'm like, nah, come on, we're doing this. I got to get my Guinness. Usually after St. Patty's Day, I stay. Yeah, it does, right? I lay off my Guinness for a while because it's very filling after St. Patty's Day. Albeit Saturday, the one I'm going to that Log Tavern Brewery on Saturday for their St. Patty's party, and they make their own beer, so they don't have Guinness. I'll be drinking Irish Red all day. It's either that or that green beer shit, but I'll have the Irish Red.
Well, Irish Red's got to be pretty good from there.
Yeah, their Irish Red is really good. I mean, they make that winter lager is my favorite. You'd love that.
The red ales, like stuff like that for St. Patrick's Day. It's a good time of the year to have a beer.
You know, I always like Killian's. Killian's is red.
Oh, Killian's, yeah.
It's
Kugels. You probably don't see Kugels red there. I know you have other Kugels you'll see there, but they have a red ale that's awesome too.
Yeah, I love Leinenkugel. Their summer shandy. It's right before he puts his pants on. Oh, I know it. Believe me, Travis, I know it. and it's never going to be the same now after you mentioned that. And I mentioned this gentleman the other day. This is, I forget his name, but he is the Colonel at the end of Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, at the beginning too. Yeah.
In the beginning, yeah. He's the Colonel from Return of the Living Dead.
He's like, oh, I had that for lunch or whatever. He says,
yeah.
He's
I had that for lunch. He was a dick to his wife, yeah. That is him in the flesh.
You know, maybe if Lisa goes to bed, maybe I'll have a cigar tonight, Pat. Why am I saying this on the line?
What'd you say?
If Lisa goes to bed, yeah, I could maybe sneak in a cigar later. Might have to do that. It's just cold out.
If you're gonna do that, I can head out there and I'll have a cigar, yeah.
Lamb chops.
Lamb chops. All right. While he's gonna go back, let's go dig into the vault and show a few more things from the collection. So give me un momento, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah.
Slideshow.
And when you get through yours, I sent you 3 too. So.
Yep, I'm gonna upload those in a moment. So I showed you some posters. Now, this is really cool.
Did he give him the bottle?
No.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, did he? Did he give him the bottom? I don't remember. He might have. I just moved the screen, so I didn't notice. So this right here is
Cheese whiz boy. Sorry.
Give me my cheese whiz, boy.
Yeah, this guy gets it bad.
Yeah, he gets it. Yeah, he loses his head from our beloved Dick Warlock. Speaking of Michael Myers, who was in the chat earlier. This is a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch advertising slicks. These were sent out to like newspapers and magazines. So this is an original set of advertising slicks. As I mentioned, I love anything promotional to do with the films. That's like my obsession. Because let's face it, it's about the movies. Don't go losing your head. There's Dick Warlock, the man, the myth, the legend. And what else I got? That's a Halloween 3 advertising slicks. This is a Halloween 3 US press kit. For those that don't know what press kits are, they used to give them out years ago. To like distributors and theaters, advertising, telling you about the movies and stuff. They don't do it anymore. They don't need it. But the age of social media, this is dying.
Yeah, it's sad.
Oh, that's right. That's what he had. Lamb chops. Lamb chops for lunch. Return of the Living Dead. And I'll show one more. I believe Halloween 3. This is a UK press release. I love this.
That.
I always love this picture of her.
That one on the top left, I'd never seen that before.
Yes.
That's a beaut, Clark.
It's a beaut. It's a beaut. You told me everything I know about exterior illumination.
Right.
So we'll come back to some more of Pat's collection later. It's a beaut. Look at this stuck in my head now.
Yeah, they just announced them for the Chicago Fan Expo. I'm like, I just went to Pittsburgh to get them. Chevy Chase.
Marge Gutman. Tell him Large Marge sent you. And now this I never understood. Well, when you get out of the shower, you can see a little bush. Very lightly, you can see it. Do you ever just wrap yourself in the blanket from your bed when you're all wet?
Now it's gonna be damp.
Yeah, I know. I never understood that about this movie.
And then what's this? She's wearing is she wearing a gypsy shit? You know, she's like.
Yeah, I don't know. This is 82, but man, I guess it's a couple of remnants from the 70s.
I never noticed that map in the background. Wonder.
And this girl apparently never goes home. She's always sitting in the same spot, same shirt, staring at the same thing and just can't realize that there's no body parts in there. I always accidentally pronounce the villain's name as Colonial Cockring.
Yeah.
That was the porn version.
I had that problem with that word when I was a kid. I think I used to say colonial too.
Yeah.
Look at this one. She doesn't want to know what happened to her dad. She just wants to have a weekend out.
She just wants to get laid. Well, there's always that. Look at this. Look at her. And there's always that thing about people saying that she was already a robot. And this was all like a ruse to get him there. People were always speculating that. Look at her. Oh, Stacy. And well, for years, wasn't she married to shit? She was married to from Airplane. Ted Stryker. Wasn't she married to Ted Stryker? I'm drawing a blank on his real name.
Oh, I don't know.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now. I think so. Can't type tonight. Why can't I type tonight? I'm pretty sure that's who she was married to. Could be wrong. Oh no, I was. That's the guy. He was married to Sherry Curry from The Runaways. Stacey Nelkin was married to Barry Bostwick.
Oh, they were married, huh?
Brad Majors from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. They were married from 1987 to 1991. That's right. I knew she was married to somebody famous. I just couldn't think of who it was. So she was married to Brad Majors. She's not the least bit tired. You bastard. A good video would be top moments where characters do something that makes no sense. In the Masters of the Universe, someone throws his Burger King garbage in the kitchen sink. That would be that's a good. I'm taking you up on that, Travis. That's actually a good topic. That'd be a good top 5 for the podcast.
2018. So you know how old the nurse that he plays ass grab with would be if she was still alive today?
How old?
She died at age 85 in 1998.
Really?
She'd be 115 years old.
Yes, she would. I was hoping that you did the math because I was told to be no arithmetic.
No, it wouldn't be 100. That would be 105. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? I concur on this one. Or Stallone cutting his pizza with scissors and Cobra. For years, those don't know. I mean, obviously, you know, like Pat. My mother is full Italian. And my dad's Irish and German. And every Christmas for years, we made homemade pizza. My grandmother would make like Sicilian pizzas, and my grandmother always cut the pizza with scissors. Always.
Yeah, I've heard of it before. Just missed it.
Always cut it with scissors.
Forget it. Look at that. That is so freaking disturbing.
Yeah, big time. Now, who's got that face or that real head? Does Sean Clark have?
So her feet were moving?
Mm-hmm. She was still alive, I guess.
They're going to go take her body away. Just to figure out what's going on. When you think about it, yeah, this could be a damn it nice ass.
There's his back. Great ass. Tom Atkins got that ass.
He's got that commando thing going. He looks like he was in all right shape back then.
Yeah.
Did he wonder, like, Aren't they a mask company? Why are they acting like an ambulance?
Yeah. And they pull up in this van with just got the big shamrock on the side. Yeah,
Did
we're
she
taking it to
even put?
we're gonna take it to a mask factory to take care of her.
Did Stacy even put clothes on? Yeah, I guess she did. He just shows up here.
Yep, and here he is. Misfire.
Now thinking about Cobra, Travis, there, it makes me think about watching that again. Cobra's an underrated film.
Cobra's great, man. I haven't watched that in a minute too. That's a great movie.
He freaking rips that guy's shirt off. That talk about that's kind of got a little horror element to it with that killer with that knife.
Yeah.
Oh, pig.
Misfire. What do you mean misfire? Means he came too quick.
Was the hotel guy part of that conversation?
Yes. Yeah. That's who he asked. He said what happened, and he was talking to it. He was part of the conversation too. Because you remember later on, he's gone, and there's the bug that remember he was talking, and right by the phone they flashed to a bug, like the phone was bugged.
Yeah.
So
I guess they just disposed of the body.
pretty much. Well, since we're up, want another roll in the hay? What do you think? Nope. He's sleeping in the chair and she's on the bed.
You guys sleep with your boots on. This one's trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
And she was cute too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could be
Looks like a
nailing her
soccer
too.
mom.
Yeah, she was cute. I don't remember ever seeing her in anything else. Did you?
No, look her up.
Yeah, I don't remember her anyplace else. Unless she did and I just didn't realize it was her. She might have popped up in something. See, now that's where it sounded like it, Travis, when she was writing it down. It definitely sounded like colonial cockring when she said it.
Now, what's her name? Is she Marge? No.
No, she's
Betty?
no, what the hell does he just call her? Teddy. Teddy. I'm like, I knew it was a guy's name, Teddy. That lady getting zapped by that coin is the equivalent of a baby pooping their diaper right as you're changing it. Been there, done that. My kids are too old for that shit now. I don't miss changing diapers. I miss my kids being younger, but I don't miss changing fucking diapers. Actually, all I'm doing now is clean up piss and shit because I got 2 puppies. So it's like I'm starting all over again.
This is funny. She's Wendy Westberg's their name. She's known for Halloween season of the Witch, The Third Channel, which was a movie that was just made this year.
Really?
And the greatest American Hero.
Really? She was on the. Was she a cast member or just in an episode? Because I don't remember her being like a cast member on that. It's been a minute since I watched The Greatest American Hero.
TV reporter, yeah. So it wasn't really anything.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta grab my charge cord here really quick.
Treason of the Witch ends with the treason of the bitch. Yeah, seriously. That's like one of those. It's like that. It's like the scene in They Live. When Keith David and friggin' Rowdy Piper beating the shit out of each other, and it just goes on and on forever. That's the scene that towards the end when Stacey Nelkin is the robot.
South Park did that well.
What's that?
God bless South Park did that well.
And it's like that's like the scene at the end of this when she turns into the robot and she just keeps fucking coming after Tom Atkins. It just never ends.
Yep. these children. I just gotta put it over there.
What was that?
Somebody took the cord, so I'm just gonna go plug it in somewhere else. The phone.
Oh, what are you using your phone?
No, I had the battery's dying on it. Oh, here it is. Silly me, tricks are for kids. Dr. Chalice.
Well, Blake, going to bed. Oh, man, thanks for hanging out. Got to go. But did Atkins screw a robot? Well, we don't know. I mean, I would have thought he would have got zapped.
I would have thought so too, Blake. Yeah.
But that was, I mean, it was never said that that's where, that she was possibly the robot. That's just some theories people came up with. But yeah. Hey, man, if I could get a robot that looked like that and wanted to screw all the time, that should be in my closet right now.
Better than the blow-up dolls.
Hells yeah.
I would like to have that big round silver shamrock.
Blow-up dolls were a bitch. I'm asthmatic, man. I can't blow that shit up.
Did you see that round silver shamrock sign in the background? That would be cool.
Yeah, she was turned into a robot at the end, but there was always people saying that she could have been a robot before, but no, she wasn't. Tom's banging her. He would have known he was banging a robot.
Yeah, Blake, I would have been all for it too. You got a robot like that.
What do you got? Just started watching Freddy's Nightmares on Tubi, and I swear it's filmed like an 80s porn.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was a robot because Dan O'Hurley works as a robot company in RoboCop, right?
True. I haven't watched Freddy's Night. I watched Freddy's Nightmares. It's like I don't think I've ever watched them all the way through.
Yeah, this stuff was interesting here.
What's that?
All the stuff they're showing in this room here.
He invented sticky toilet paper. And for those watching along, timestamp, I have 51 minutes and 8 seconds going. So that's where we are at the moment. He's at the factory. The movie's going pretty quick. I can't believe we're already 51 minutes in.
Well, yeah, we just talk away. We know this movie.
Yeah, it goes so fast. Yeah, I mean, this movie, I could recite this whole damn movie.
You have all 3 Trick or Treat studio masks, right?
Yes, indeed. They're right. I can do this right there.
Nice.
They're right there. They're lined up over there.
Mine are right above me.
And while I'm doing that, I'm going to download the pictures you sent me, but I'll bring up some more of my stuff here.
What's your favorite of the 3? That's a good question. And anybody else that wants to comment? My favorite is the skeleton mask. I don't know. What are you guys? The skull mask. What is your favorite of the 3?
My favorite of the 3 would probably be the skull mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haggath's is a little bit too big.
Oh yeah, yes, you didn't catch our matching outfits, yeah.
we're being fods tonight. It's like the night at the Roxy. We're just those 2 guys. We're like the hell with the 2 friggin' Czech brothers. Remember Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd in the original Saturday Night Live?
Oh, and yeah, we bought the hats back in August at Monster Mania together, and I remember I think we were both saying it's like, oh, it'd be nice to have a hat like that for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I'll be wearing this. This is my outfit Friday, and this is my outfit Saturday.
Remember, he had a black version of it too, but we were like, oh, the green.
Yeah, the green. Yeah, you need to do green. Yeah, well, we're like the 2 Czech brothers. We're like Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd. We cruise successfully for chicks in our tight slacks.
Is fucking Dick Warlock wearing aviators there?
So I was gonna, let's see, what can I bring up next on? So let's do this slideshow. Show up you guys some more of my promotional stuff, and I'm going to download the stuff that Brady sent me. So let's see what else I can bring up here and show you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, we showed this before with that super picture of Stacey Nelkin.
Mm-hmm.
This is an original 35 millimeter trailer for Halloween 3. So if you went to the theater in 1982, this is the trailer you probably would have seen. It's a teaser trailer, 49 seconds long. So I have that in my collection. I actually have a trailer from each of the Halloween movies. Well, back when they were still using 35 millimeter film. Let's see what else I popped up here. These, I'll go through these. These are the U.S. lobby cards. Lobby cards were basically just giveaway photos that they used to send to the theaters and to distribution people and agents and stuff. So these are the U.S. release Halloween 3 lobby cards. I'll go through them real quick. Yeah, it's basically just, most of them are usually just the scenes from the film, but sometimes there are alternate takes.
Yeah, this is funny. One of the lobby card sets, I bought them in sections.
These are Halloween 3. These are original French lobby cards. There's Essex Smith right there. See, like this isn't something you saw. This is like a photo still.
Shot of some sort.
Alternate shot of some sort. These are, some of them you see, like the top one is pretty much the same as the US one. Halloween 3. There's some more there. So these are all French lobby cards.
Forget it.
So those are some cool things there that are in my collection. Do you have a way to play? Hold on 1 second. Do you have a way to play these? Play what, Ronnie?
Yeah, I'd be curious too.
Oh, let me go look up at the stuff that Brett sent here.
Now it's dark. Now it's getting really creepy.
And it's sad that they're tearing that damn building down.
This is go back on. This is probably the only one. I seen Halloween 2 at the drive-in. This is the only Halloween I've never seen in a theater of any sort. Just.
Oh, okay. The reels, the 35 millimeter reels, I do not have a way to play them because 35 millimeter projectors are big. They do have ways that you can transfer it, and the person that sold me my 35 millimeter Halloween 1 and 2 prints, shout out to James Chandler. I think he has a way that he transferred some of them, but I do not have a way to play it. I wish I did, because albeit there's nothing different in any of them. They're all the ones that you can easily find on YouTube. And some of the trailers I have are, over time, I have the, down here, it's a cooler environment. It's actually a basement, but I have a dehumidifier. So everything down here is, I take good care of everything, but they get that vinegar syndrome where they start to smell the celluloid and they start to crack. And that's usually when people start selling them off. You ever see people, they'll make like, they'll do shit like this. Like, this is my bookmark from The Shining. They'll make like a bookmark and stuff out of it. So, and I actually have one that's kind of hard. I have that didn't sound good. I do kind of have one that was hard. I just realized what I just said.
That's what she said.
So, I have a Halloween 2 print.
Travis has got a neat
that's
one.
kind of hard. Yeah.
Look at Travis's comment. Yeah, about a different time zone. That would be interesting.
If they did a sequel, I'd love to set it on the same night, but in town in another time zone and an hour behind this, when the characters have an hour to stop. That's a really good idea. See, this is what I'm hoping they do. You know what? Lay off the Halloween movies. We had our fill for 5 years. I'm satisfied. I'm full. As much as I love my Halloween, I keep telling everybody's like, oh, you don't see too much going on. I said, everybody's in full-blown Halloween hangover because we've had it for 5 years. I mean, granted, there's a lot of hoopla because everybody's looking forward to age 45. And after age 45 is going to go dormant. I mean, it's not going to go away because Halloween won't go away, but it's going to calm down. But everybody's got like a Halloween hangover right now. So, but I would love to see them do like what they did with Creep Show, and now they're going to do Crystal Lake Memories. Do a TV show, and that would be a great TV episode. That would be a great episode to do that, or even go back and explore, like like we're doing a Halloween movie book club where we're reading the novels. Go back and explore the stuff that's in the novels that nobody sees, or you've never seen because they didn't put it to film. There's so many things they could do. I would love to see like something like on Netflix or Hulu, them produce something. That would be a lot of fun.
Be cool.
No more Myers. You know what? That I wouldn't be surprised because let's face it, it's not about the fans, it's about the money. So look at Tom Atkins, man. First of all, stuff like this would never happen, so you know it's a movie because good a piece of ass as that was, all this shit going on, man. I would jump back in an Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme and hightailed my ass back to that hospital.
I think we're going to be taking a break. I really firmly believe that, or they're going to be doing something with TV. I would like to see them do something with the TV. Give it a break. Do something with TV.
Yeah, on a streaming service where they can make it well, so they can do everything that you'd see in the theater. I think that'd be great.
They would have to do what, of course, cost analysis or what they think would be the better thing financially to do. But they made some freaking pretty big fucking money with how much these 3 movies cost.
Oh hell yeah, Travis! That's some good shit you got there, man. That's awesome. The sequel opens with someone picking up the phone, and as we hear Tom Atkins yelling on the other end, Tom Atkins yelling.
How about this?
Hold on one second. And the story is set. That'd be awesome. You mean Tom Atkins kind of yelling like this? Oh, this is when he gets in the fight with Dick Warlock. Yeah, if those are nowhere, timestamp is at exactly 1 hour and 44 seconds.
Let's see a good punch.
And he's fighting Dick Warlock, our beloved Michael Myers from Halloween 2. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was going to get those photos that you sent me up on here. Hold on one second.
Orange juice.
Yep. Frozen orange juice concentrate is what he is. That's what he's made of. Who knew? Good. That frozen orange concentrate you have can run on Android. Imagine opening the film where we're seeing and hearing about children dying around the country in a small town. Seriously, man, you got a great idea, man. That'd be an awesome show. You never look at orange juice or egg yolks.
Did that traumatize him so much where he just looks exhausted, like he's going to fall asleep?
Yeah. Well, Dick put up a good fight.
How old's the one guy with the suit in the middle here?
Show Dick some respect.
He looks like he's like in high school or something.
Oh yeah, the one on his right arm that's holding his jacket.
The other one on the other side in the middle.
The one in the middle looks like is like fucking Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. Dr. Chalice.
Dustin Diamond, rest in peace. Dr. Chalice. So he knows all the shit. So I'm pouring myself another Guinness. As we speak.
Clean that orange juice off, yeah.
So let me get see what the pictures that Brady sent over to me. Let me get them all set up. Hold on one moment. So add another slide. Background is this. So give me a moment. Dr. Chalice.
So they're probably turning Stacey Nelkin into a robot right now.
Yeah, right now they did the performance surgery on her. They're turning her into a robot.
See, they keep this. That's the other thing that kept the Halloween theme like the Michael Myers Halloweens is where they have the date and then they say Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of how the episode of Big Third Rock from the Sun fan. Love that show. Probably in one of those 5 shows that I can honestly say I've seen every single episode. I love that show. Did you ever watch Third Rock from the Sun?
Oh hell yeah,
Brett?
fun show.
Did you ever see the one with when the Supreme Leader comes and it's William Shatner?
No, I never saw that one.
Go watch. So they were always talking to the Supreme Leader, but you never see him. But then finally he comes down and it's fucking William Shatner. So there he is with John Lithgow, and he's like, oh, and John Lithgow's like, so Commander, how was it coming down? And he's like, the flight was terrible. I kept seeing something outside, like on the wing of the plane. And John Lithgow's like, yeah, me too. I've seen that before too, because they were both in the same episode. William Shatner did the original Twilight Zone, and John Lithgow was in the fucking movie version of it.
No.
So they were like, so it was a reference to them seeing the gremlin on the plane. Yeah, go check it out. And he comes down, and William Shatner's plane, and he comes down as a Supreme Leader, and all he wants to do is fucking drink. He's like trying to pick up hookers, and all he wants to do is get drunk. It's hysterical. Go watch it. You'll love it.
Okay, I'll check that out. I like that show. I probably only seen maybe a third of them. Sorry, shouldn't be yawning. Look at that.
No yawning.
No yawning at all.
No disassemble, Stephanie. All right, so I got one picture up here. One moment. I'm trying to get your other photos.
Uno momento.
Uno momento.
So they announced Shatner last second for the sports memorabilia show this weekend. I think he's trying to cash in as he's over 90 here now.
He's going to be, he's going to. I told you that about that collectible store. It's about a half hour from my house. They just had Henry Winkler there. They had Tyler Maiden there not that long ago too. They're having Shatner there too.
I'm tempted.
It's all sold out though.
I have the Trick or Treat Studios Kirk mask, the one that they kind of did. I'm thinking, it's like, probably get that. Maybe I have it.
Yeah, that's the leader's name, the big giant head. Incoming message. Yeah. So the one, oh God, what the hell's his name? I'm forgetting his name. Help me out, Travis. Obviously, you're a big fan too. The one guy that's there. So he's like the transmitter. So every time they want to communicate in the middle of nowhere, he'll just stop and be like, incoming message from the big giant head. And they'll just start talking. Such a great show. I love that. I might have to go back and rewatch all that.
Pat, the fonts are awesome too on the screen, bud. You did really good. It's cool. Getting into big time, man. Yes, French Stewart. That's right.
French Stewart. That's it. Yep.
What the hell's French Stewart doing now? He's not really doing anything.
I don't know.
Dr. Chalice. Okay.
You don't know much about Halloween, do you? Actually, go on Tubi. I'm pretty sure the whole entire run of series is on Tubi. It used to be, at least, The Rock from the Sun. That show, yeah, what a great show.
It lasted, what, 6-7 years?
About, yeah, it was long. It was about, I forget how many seasons. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, it was around for a bit. And there's our Halloween reference from H2O in the beginning. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yep. Mr. Ice Skate in the face.
Yes, indeedy. So let's see. So let me show some more promotional stuff, and I got Brady's stuff lined up too. I'll show you this stuff.
Yeah, it's a good idea when we do these movies. If we got memorabilia,
yeah, I thought it'd be fun for those that I tons of other Halloween 3 stuff, but I just thought it'd be fun just to simply share the promotional stuff, the stuff that's tied to the film.
Yeah, that's right. He was Inspector Gadget, I think, after Matthew Broderick.
Yes, he was. So this is the stuff that Brady sent me. So for those that don't know, this is a CED. This was like a version of the Laserdisc that this did not last long or catch on, for that matter. It's a capacitance electronic device. I
sent that, Pat, because I grew up with having one of those players, and then my dad went on to release.
Oh, did you? Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and we never had one. We always had we had plenty of VCRs, but
You
we never
know,
had a Laserdisc or anything like that.
you probably did. You ever see how one of these things works when you put it in a player? It takes out like the top cartridge piece. You put it in, and then
Yeah,
you
well, yeah, the
eject like
front.
the shell of it,
Yeah, yep.
and then you had to switch sides. You put it in to take it, insert it back in, and then you flipped over the whole CED itself and put it back in to take out the CD. It was so wild. RCA, I think, was the
It was RCA. Yep,
made those.
yep. Because I remember when I did a collectible spotlight, guys. Go check it out on the channel. I know I did a collectible spotlight on the CEDs.
Yeah, they only did 2 and 3, right?
They only did 2 and 3. Yep. And then there was the VCD. I didn't take a picture of it. I should bring it out. The VCD, which was the Japanese version.
Oh
And
god,
that did take on, and they only did a Ace 3. There's Buddy Kupfer.
this is horrifying when you first see this, though.
Yeah, really, it really was. So that is a CED. That's Brett's. This is Season of the Witch poster. Is it signed anywhere?
No, that's yeah, it's just a Mondo print.
That's the Mondo print.
Love the. I just think it's awesome. It's
This is on the cover of the re-release of
soundtrack,
the album,
right?
the soundtrack. Yep. And Brady also sent and there his one sheet signed by the great Tommy Lee Wallace.
Yeah, signed it nice and orange right above. He's got a good way of finding the spots to sign. And
So is your one sheet? Was that a rolled one sheet? Original rolled one sheet?
yeah, there was a guy on eBay that had a whole lot of them for like months, and he was selling them for a reasonable price. And I got it, and it legit was an original. I was very happy with that. I grabbed my brother one too. I think I didn't even think I spent more than rolled. Think about this rolled. I think with shipping it was like 30 something bucks.
That's a fucking steal. I probably
Years
paid
ago
like
too, but
mine is a folded one because that's how they came back in the day. Mine was a folded one I got years ago, and I probably paid like 20, 25 bucks for it. But this is moons ago.
it's amazing how expensive 4 and 5 have gotten now too.
Yes.
You have sheets of 4 and 5? I'm sure.
I used to, and they got ruined because story is I bought them years ago, and when I went away to college, I actually had them hanging in my dorm room, and the parties and hanging out, they just got fucking ruined. And over the years, I just have not replaced them, and the prices have gone up on them. And I'm like, you know what? One of these days, I have them, but they're just torn and tattered.
Wow.
It was stupid of me to put them up, and you do dumb things sometimes.
I got to give a shout out to my buddy Rob Hardy. I'm friends with him. He just obtained an autographed 48 Hours posted by Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy. I'm so freaking jealous. Legitimate, signed pictures and everything.
After the masks go off, I wonder what that must have been like, seeing streets flooded with blood and brain-covered bugs and snakes. Sounds like a Dio album cover. Yeah.
Yeah. But just think about this. I was showing all these towns.
Yeah, could you imagine? I mean, it's a creepy concept.
You could do a movie with the aftermath. That would be interesting. It
would be interesting. Yeah.
Like the Silver Shamrock van out of nowhere in Seattle, right?
I know. Well, it's all over the place. It's worldwide.
There's his kids.
And it's funny, they got the big speakers on the top of the roof, like in the Blues Brothers. Tonight only, the Palace Hotel Ballroom.
This has got to be what kind of like the picture of the poster.
The picture of the poster, the cover of the VHS too. Oh, I hear footstep upstairs. I wonder if somebody's up taking the puppies out. As long as it's not me. Because now they're so comfortable with us, they just love to run around outside, and it's a bitch to try to catch them.
Oh, I
feel like Rocky trying to catch the fucking chicken. Come on, Teddy. She's still staring at the same fucking part. Yeah, so she sees that like little like sprocket type thing. I don't know. I'm calling it a sprocket. I'm going back to my Jetsons days, basically space sprockets. I don't know what the hell it is, but she sees something she don't like. Here comes somebody.
Here comes an ugly Luke Wilson.
Ugly Luke Wilson. One of the most anxiety-provoking scenes is all the Shamrock cars speeding around the town searching for Chalice. It's almost cartoony to the point where it's unsettling. Yeah, they were searching for his ass.
Anything with the drill, like it makes me think of Body Double. You know, we talked about
Body
that
Double.
Brian De Palma film.
Yeah,
With the killer with that's more of a that's like a bulldozer or whatever it was. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he had that big. That was like the driller killer from Slumber Party Massacre. He had that big ass fucking drill.
I forget what she's gonna catch here. This is what I always forget.
Yeah, man, she's seeing stuff that I don't know what all of a sudden just clicks in her head, where she might realize like, oh, what am I seeing here? You know, all of a sudden she's like, oh my god, after days of staring at this stuff, but I don't understand what the hell she saw that finally, turned on the light bulb in her head. And if she's like working in like a city like forensics place, how did this guy just walk in there?
Seems pretty bizarre. I always love the death scenes where the legs just go numb.
She was cute. What a waste. So we're at 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 22 seconds. So we got 22 minutes left.
You left their car there, huh?
And this right here, this is all Dean Cundy, where they're just showing all the different scenes, just like in Halloween. Yeah. All the different places that everything's happened. That's classic Cundy. Why, Cochran? It's time again.
That's right. We're going to see Halloween again on TV.
And with the time we have left, I'll show a little bit more from my collection. Not too many more things left that are promotional, but I figured I'd show these. These are super cool, and I have to get one of those Baroque things to put these in. So these are.
Is that the hospital car blown up there, or then at the front of the hospital?
These are Italian photobuster posters, they call them. They're like oversized posters, lobby cards, but they're like poster material. And there's a set of 8 of them. And I got to get one of those things because I just have them rolled up right now. I'd love to just be able to bring them out. So there's a set of 8 of them. So you have that scene. This one's always been rehashed over and over again. This is an interesting one. A picture of her lighting a cigarette, but wrapped in the friggin' bedsheet.
Yeah, that's one of those other alternate takes, right?
Yeah. Yep. And this is just, you've seen this one. You'll see this in the movie.
Who cares?
Little who cares? Little buddy.
They should have a picture of him with that. Like, who cares?
And here he is right now, basically, this part of the movie.
Oh, yeah?
There's Connor Cochran. You'll see him talking about his stuff in a moment. It's time again. El Señor della Notte. That's Halloween. That's Season of the Witch, I guess, in Italian. And the sad thing is, I'm half Italian. My mother spoke that whole side of the family spoke fluent Italian, but they never taught us because they would speak Italian, so we wouldn't know what they were saying. Bastards. Oh, this is my other stuff. I'll show that later. My shameless plug for my Halloween 3 stuff.
Yeah, I want to see this in the theater.
What's that?
Love to see this in the theater.
Yeah, I'd love to see this on the. I've never seen it. I've seen Halloween plenty of times. I've seen. Well, I admittedly never saw Halloween in the theater when it came out. I was too young. I didn't see it till 1980. But every Halloween from Halloween 2 on, I've seen in the theater. But I've never seen a re-release of Halloween 3. I've been to like re-releases of Halloween 1, Halloween 2. I even went to like a double feature of 4 and 5 re-releases because I saw them all when they came out. But
yeah,
I haven't seen this one.
They did that double feature thing a couple times.
Yeah,
that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of Dr. Chalice when he's
I love a comic series that recreates the unused pitches for Halloween sequels, like the Halloween 4 pitch with Ghosts or Tarantino's H6 pitch.
Well, Tarantino's pitch isn't like as I think people made it out more than it actually
more
was.
than it is. I don't think there was anything really put to paper. It was just more conversations than anything, from what I remember from Taking Shape too.
Smart idea.
Did you,
took out that
Travis?
TV.
Did you read Taking Shape? Any of the Taking Shape books?
Yeah, there's a section on Halloween 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, he actually interviews. Doesn't he? There's no interview with Nigel Neal, the original writer. I'm pretty sure there's an interview with him in there, from what I remember.
Yeah, talk about it. That guy sounded like a piece of work, didn't he?
Yeah, he sounded a little pompous ass. Take my name off of it because it was not the way he wanted it. It's like, well, lots of times when you write something and then they do a screenplay, they change things. But he obviously was like, oh, no, take my name off it. It's like, okay.
He got that right on that great throw, throwing that mask.
That was a perfect throw. And those that don't know, we started last Thursday. We're doing a Halloween movie book club where we're going to be reading each novel, and we're going to get to Halloween 3. We're going to do Halloween 3 novel too.
Yeah, what are we at? 6 or 10 we're doing next week?
Yeah, so last Thursday we did the prologue and chapters 1 through 5 of the original Halloween novelization, and then this coming Thursday. No, I'm sorry, because today's Tuesday. Not this Thursday. We're going to do it bi-weekly, every other week. Not this Thursday. The following Thursday we'll do chapters 6 through 10. So, and it is on YouTube if you don't own it, because not everybody owns it, and it's just so expensive as hell. So, but once we're finished with Halloween, we're gonna do Halloween 2, we're gonna do Halloween 3, we'll do Halloween 4, probably the Ultimate Edition, and then from there we go to the trilogy, because they didn't make novelizations of any of the other movies until 2018. The countless H9 scripts with Busta Rhymes, because he did, yeah. Travis obviously read it. The one where he's making a documentary about the kid, yeah. That was kind of cool. It was, if you think about it, it wouldn't have been a bad thing, but like where they're doing it with Freddie Harris from Busta Rhymes now. And then there was, who was the one writer, and all the treatments he did were like, I don't even know how they would make them. They would have to be CGI. He did the novel. He did a lot of the comics. Stephen Hutchinson, his takes, his treatments, like where like Myers would like grow in size and multiply. Do you remember those treatments?
Oh God!
I'm like, how the fuck would you even make that movie? How would you make it so like, okay, so say if it was James Jude Courtney, how
was he like at a fair or something? He was at a
he was at a fair, and like
King Kong.
It just became this hulking Myers. He just kept growing. And how would you even put that? How would you make that?
Can you imagine they made something like that? Like, it wouldn't go anything touching the rest of the series. It would just be.
Yeah, I mean, we're Halloween geeks, guys, so we read all the books. But go read Taking Shape 1 and 2. And there's a couple of treatments by Stephen Hutchinson, who did a lot of actually he did the first official. He did Night Dance. He did a bunch of he actually did the.
Did he do the Death of Laurie Strode?
He did the Death of Laurie Strode ones, and he never finished it because they pulled the plug. So he did all those. And I mean, when it's a comic, it's different because you can do that. But how you make a movie where Myers just keeps getting bigger and bigger, like this big hulking King Kong thing? It's like, what?
Fucked up. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I read Taking Shape 1 because that was like right when COVID started. I read that thing within a couple days. Taking Shape 2, I think I still might have like the end of the book of probably the last 20 or 30 pages to read.
Well, I admit it, I haven't read the paper. Well, and since Audible came out, I just listened to everything because I'd love to read. And the only time I ever really get to read is like summertime. Because I could sit outside and relax, or we go on vacation. So I just do the audio books. So that's how I can know a lot of these, and I just play them over and over again. Because on Audible, once you buy it, you can just play it over and over again.
Yeah, Travis Nicholas Grabowski. Yeah, he added some more stuff with Reverend Jackson Sales. Is that his name, right?
Yeah, there's a lot more, and well, there's 3 versions of his thing. There's the regular version,
dies, right?
Yeah, there's the regular version. There's the Extended Edition, I believe it's called. I don't know. I get a bowl right behind me. And then the Ultimate Edition. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Like to see Halloween 4 with the thing showing up at the end. Going back to William Shatner, every time I see this scene and like they were all around there with all the like the computer equipment and all the blinking lights, it reminds me of, did you ever see Airplane 2 with Shatner?
Oh, it's been a while, but yeah.
And he's just like, all these lights are blinking and beeping and blinking and beeping and beeping and blinking, and they're driving me crazy.
Stonehenge.
We had a time getting it here. You wouldn't believe how we did it.
Be curious if somebody has any of the black skull masks that you saw them making at the beginning, and there's a couple on the shelf there.
True. I always wanted to build. Hold on, let me bring it up. Where is my Google Slides? Give me un momento. So, is it this one? Yeah. Let me do this. I'll show you right now. So, I always wanted to do this. Let me share my screen. Un momento. Window. This one. I always wanted to build something like this. When they go into the father's mask shop, you see how the masks are all displayed in this box, this display case thing that they built.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to do something like that to display these. Maybe one of these days I'll build that. I don't know where the fuck I put it.
They're pretty costly. I looked at them. I'm like, just if you want to use that space for them, it's just masks.
That's my problem. Is where the hell would I put it? But I'd love to do something like that. That'd be cool.
That's why I can't see myself buying these Rob Zombie Trick or Treat Studio ones. It's just, I got masks down here. I can't even fit down somewhere. I gotta get something to, display them. Debbie
Hunt from Halloween 2 reminds me of Harry from Dumb and Dumber. It's funny how many of those scripts. Yeah. Well, go watch History of the World. He's one of the Roman guards. Deputy Hunt, which was Hunter von Leer. I had to think of his name. He was one of the Roman guards in History of the World Part 2. George Bird. Which that's what I got to do. I got to go back. They started that. That's right. We realized it the other day. They started the History of the World Part 2 on Hulu.
It already started?
Yeah, and I forgot. It started, what's today? Today's the 14th. I think the first episode was last week. So they probably have a new one this week. I got to go watch that. I forgot all about it.
Let's see something here. No worries, brother.
And this was probably a pretty brilliant thing with the sound, with the Silver Shamrock jingle.
Oh yeah.
For years, I talked to people, they had no clue it was London Bridge.
I didn't for the longest time, and now you play it in your head. You're like, "Oh, this was the smart way." He was smart to do what he did here.
Yeah. Oh, and there, Dick Warlock just fell, and he just spit out some more of his concentrate.
Nice chops, Colonel Cochran.
Yeah. And the same thing, I love that TV show Canon. I mentioned it before too. Where I know the Colonel, I think he popped up in one of the episodes. But I remember watching it one night, and Dan O'Hurley, he popped up in an episode too.
No kidding.
Yep.
Now, did they? That's what I don't remember. Did they shoot everything inside the factory that they just tore down?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Did they shoot inside the factory? Or did they do this on a soundstage? This whole thing.
I don't remember. I got to go back and watch and what.
I guess Sean the commentary tracks will probably tell it.
Yeah, and even the Horror's Hallowed Grounds when he was doing the whole thing with Tommy Lee Wallace. It was probably mentioned. I have a feeling this was probably all a soundstage. I don't think they would have put this inside there. I could be wrong though. This is Extra Channel. Dr. Loomis here. The soundtrack is grossly underrated. Absolutely. Soundtrack is way overrated.
Did we say
underrated rather?
This guy could have played in other parts, like we were talking about. Imagine him as Dr. Wynn. This guy, he could have been good. Might have been older, but
that's not a bad. I could have seen him as a Loomis. Sure.
Look at that great fake sky.
And look at my background. That's why I was searching for a picture that sort of resembled that. This is the best I could do. I was trying to find something with that around it. I always wondered that little bit of music. I always wondered if that was the Coupe de Villes too.
It's a good question.
Oh, it's hysterical. All you hear is Tommy Lee Wallace talking.
Dr. Loomis here. The soundtrack is grossly underrated. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Ellie, you okay? No, she's a robot. Damn it. And she's aged pretty well, albeit a little bit too skinny.
Yeah, I think
a little too skinny.
If I'm wrong, I think didn't she have cancer? I think she's a cancer survivor.
Is she a cancer survivor? Maybe that's why she's so thin. She's a little bit too thin. But I forgot that she was married to Brad Majors. Damn it, Janet.
That car, did it have the old school high-low shifting thing? Looked like it.
It's Cutlass Supreme, probably.
Yeah, that is a Cutlass, isn't it?
Yeah, I had one. I had the same exact car. I had a Cutlass Supreme. I had a 1982 Cutlass Supreme. Now this is the scene I was talking about. That's like the scene from with Keith David and Rowdy Roddy, where every time he thinks he's got her beat, an arm comes after her or the head. Everything just keeps. It's like the never-ending fight.
He pretty much knocked her head off.
Knocked her head off, and then she just keeps coming back.
Yeah, Tom Atkins looks like he needs to take a nap now.
Yeah, he's exhausted. One thing I think could have been improved was the atmosphere and set decoration of the daytime shots. I felt the town just looked more bland than creepy. Yeah. See, from what I hear, that's just the way the town is.
Yeah,
to this day too.
The deserted look, which I think worked for me, but
that electronic squealing sound in the score always gets. Yeah.
Oh, same here. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the classic Carpenter. He's getting a hand job. The hand's still alive. That's got to be weird. Seeing a chick that you were just banging the night before, and she's
I just took her arm off her head.
I just took her apart in pieces. And look, see, it just keeps coming. It just never ends. It's like the fight from They Live. It's what the hell is it?
South Park's got that great parody of the fight from They Live too.
Yes. Did you ever see the movie? God, Linda Blair's in it. With the unknown comic, Night Patrol.
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
And because it's sort of like a Naked Gun type thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm just thinking about this, like him standing there seeing like this girl who's now in pieces, a robot that he just banged the shit out of her. And now she's like, oh, I just banged her until she's in pieces. But in that movie, the one guy's just like, and they were police officers, and he's like, oh, isn't that an officer or whatever? Yeah, I fucked her brains out last night, like Officer Betty. And then she was walking by like this.
Yeah.
If anybody's never seen Night Patrol, go back and check it out. Yeah, Linda Blair's in that. unknown comic. I'm trying to remember who the other police officer was. The older guy. He's been around too. It's been a minute.
Yeah, Matt, we're gonna do a fight, or we're gonna do a They Live watch along. That's
Oh yeah, They Live is
that was one of the ones we had talked about here recently.
Yeah, if you're a Carpenter fan, go on this channel. Brett, myself, and Jeremy Todd from the Epic Film Guys podcast. We all did our top 10 Carpenter movies. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, and we're hoping to get the scores done next. It's been
we just got to get a hold of. We just got to get a hold of Jeremy when he gets some time. We do our top scores.
Carpenter I would scores. See him next weekend at Horror Hound, but that can't get in the way of other obligations. So, but yeah. He's got time too. I think somewhere down at age 45,
he's busy. We're all busy.
We bring our cameras, we bring our equipment. I think it'd be fun to do something there.
Oh, the scene, with Kim Darby doing chores around the house.
What'd you think of this movie? The missus came down.
Oh, I didn't know she was there. Hi, Lisa.
She just came down.
And that is
disturbing as hell, right?
That is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
It doesn't fit with Michael Myers. Like, I don't see the connection.
That's what got all the negativity about it.
That was the whole thing back in the day. That was it.
If they would have not made it associated with this.
See Dick Warlock in there?
I know. And if they had just, released it as Season of the Witch.
Be perfect.
I think it would have done better.
Well, that was it. That was the whole thing. Because back in the day, you didn't know. I had no idea, because I was also, you figure this was 82, so I was 10 years old, and I did go see it in the theater. And I've told the story, I think, when I did my Halloween ranking, that I not realizing that I'm sitting in the theater with my friends, and we're all 20 minutes, half hour in. We're like, where the hell's Michael Myers? We were enjoying the movie. It was fun watch. We're like, where the hell is he? But not realizing he wasn't in it. And then almost 40 years later to the day, I'm sitting in the theater with my daughter watching Halloween Ends, and half hour in, she looks at me and goes, "Dad, where's Michael Myers?" She's like, "Isn't he in this film?" I go, I hope at some point, I hope so, because it was all the Corey Cunningham story for 45 minutes to an hour.
That was the problem I had with it. You didn't show up until 40 minutes in.
Yeah. But it was weird when she looked at me. She's like, "Dad, where's Michael Myers?" I was like, "Oh my God!" And it was almost 40 years to the freaking day.
Wow.
Dr. Loomis again. The last line from the novelization haunts me to this day. The last line from the H3 novelization. Help me out, because admittedly, it's been a minute since I read it, and I don't remember the exact line.
I have never read it. I have a copy of it, and I asked my brother about it, who's a big movie novelization guy, and he says out of all the Halloween novels, it is the one that's almost as close to the movie as any of the novels. So
I haven't read it in years. So to say I know it inside and out, like I know Halloween 1 and 2, it's been a minute since I read it. So I don't remember the line you're talking about. I can pull the book. I can go, let's go to the videotape. I'll just pull the book.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about Halloween 3. It's a movie between this series. I wouldn't have it any other way nowadays, but that's easy to say after all these years and watching it so many times. See, that is part of it. It is in Eureka. We went through Eureka when we were going down.
Part of why
the 101, right? California. There's a great brewery near Eureka, I believe. That's the brewery we had the best lunch at.
Well, and that's what it is. It fits in here. It works nicely, and it's people have come around to it over the years. Even go on this channel, I did my Who Did It Better, where I compared Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, to Friday the 13th Part 5, because that was the black sheep of that franchise. Because and everybody's like, well, it was kind of different because they did have Jason in it. I go, yeah, well, it was a guy dressed up as Jason. I mean, they had Michael Myers in here, but it was on the TV screen. So it was, they're both imposters. But you have me wondering, Extra Channel, because he said it's the novelization. Hold on a second, because it's going to bother me. Hold on one second.
You look it up here. I'm going to change my scope here and then. Before the London Bridge song gets to my freaking head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me wondering what the last line in the novel is, because, like I said, admittedly, I read it back when I first got this many, many moons ago. Why's my hat all bunched up here?
It's almost time.
So let's see.
Be in front of your TV sets. Be in front of your iPads now.
So let's see.
Or the latest TikTok.
The last
You know, that's
line
what you could do. Be in front of your cell phones.
I need some light. Hold on.
TikTok, Instagram, something. Massive text goes out to everyone.
Be in front of your Twitter account.
No. Just everyone all of a sudden gets a text. Oh, what's this text? Click on it.
For the movie, they make their own social media, phony social media.
So is this what you're talking about? So the last line, yeah, because there's a line after Tom Atkins is saying, "Stop it." Well, no, Dan Childs. Then there was only the sound of the rain outside and the endless blackness of the long night, and presently the rising tones of a pitiful wailing within and without, spreading across the station, the town, and the land without end. So it's like basically saying, hearing all the kids, people dying.
Yeah,
It's creepy. Yeah, it's been a minute since I read this, and
ooh, that Friday 13th TV show was pretty brutal. Ugh.
you know what? I do remember watching it, and it was not so good. The Freddy's Nightmares is actually better.
Freddy's Nightmares was better.
Chucky, the Chucky TV show is better. The Creep Show TV show is I like a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, man. Well,
so that right there, those that stuck with us, thanks everybody to hang out in the chat. That is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. And as you can see, we're fans because we're dressed to the hilts. We're wearing the same outfits.
yeah.
And for those, I'm going to do another shameless plug here, because if you guys like any of the stuff we were showing this fine evening, if you give me 1 minute.
This was fun, Pat. We did good.
This was a lot of fun. This was great. It's always fun watching a Halloween movie, especially this one too. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys are interested in any of the Halloween collectibles, some of the ones I showed tonight, just go on the channel. I have 3 different separate videos. One is all the promotional material in my collection.
Nice.
Second one is all the physical media. And the third one is just collectibles. You can see there's the Mondo Tiki mugs and the Toonie Terrors, and there's the Ouija board up top. So, if you guys are interested, check it out. It's all on the channel here.
And if there's something you guys have ever seen, or Pat's only human, I'm only human. If there's something else that you've seen out there in the wild, be curious about it too.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, we don't claim to know everything by no means. Believe me.
No, we're just.
But we're just fans like everybody else. What do you got here? I do love John LeMay from the Friday series. Yeah, he was okay.
Oh
and Jason
yeah.
Goes to Hell. Yeah.
I think what Tom Savini said at Thing with Two Heads. I'd be curious if whatever you're gonna do with Jason and Friday 13th. Let's find out about Mr. Voorhees or Jason's dad. I think you need to hit that because it's never been touched.
It's never been. Yeah, not that I recall. Right? No. Yeah. Because because everything has been touched on already, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because Freddy is supposedly the bastard son of 1,000. Was a bastard son of 1,000 rapists or something? Is that what it was?
Something like that. Yeah.
And who Michael Myers' parents are.
Yeah, you didn't really know too much about the dad as much there too, but
no, you don't really know much beyond
about her either, but more in Rob Zombies.
More in Rob Zombies than anything. You see him, and I mean, obviously, we got to it in the novelization when we talked about it last week. That they basically just only know one thing: his name is Donald. That's about it.
How about that, right?
And the curse that's within Michael's family is on the maternal side, not on the dad's side. Because when he was visiting the grandmother, that was Edith, Michael's mom's mother. So it was on that side of the family, not on the father's side. Nice. Go back and watch, guys. Go watch the first episode of the book club and join us again. Join us next Thursday for
Yeah, that
for,
that
second
was a
one.
lot of fun, and I only got to be on part of it because I had some stuff happening. But yeah, check that out. That was a lot of fun.
That's it.
I went back and watched what I missed. So
Bastard son of 1,000 maniacs. That's it.
Matt, have a
Yes.
good night.
Man, have a good night.
Travis,
Yeah, we're gonna
thanks
get
for
out of
your
here
input.
too.
Extra channel. Anybody else we're missing?
Yeah, the Agnet guys were in there earlier. Those guys are awesome.
Great guys.
So go check out the Agnet podcast. Those guys are all the great names are taken. That's basically what it stands for. Those guys crack me up. I enjoyed the last video where they did their top 5 movie posters of each of them. You'd appreciate that because you're a movie poster
I gotta
guy.
go back. I didn't realize they did that. I know he was saying something about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that was real good. I always think that Halloween 6 was the good movie.
Halloween 6 has its moments. There's no doubt.
Yeah, Halloween 6. I don't dislike it at all. I mean,
The behind the scenes, the political
two
crap
versions
going on with it is what hurts that film, unfortunately.
And the fact that there's 2 different cuts, and I personally would rather see a blending of the 2.
Yeah, the hybrid cut is really the best way to go with it. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that producer's cut, but yeah, I'd rather give me a hybrid of the 2.
Yeah, producer cut. I guess if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick producer's cut. But the thing about the new one is there's a lot of craziness that happens towards the end that they added and changed up. Which, if you could kind of blend that in, that's pretty cool too. So,
if you took Halloween 6 and gave me the producer's cut, but cut the ending of the producer's cut out and gave me the theatrical cut ending, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah,
because the whole thing where Michael's standing there behind those stones looking like a jackass.
yeah.
No,
the
sorry.
rune stopped me.
Yeah, and then he goes off, and you see him turn with because he's dressed like the Man in Black now, and he's just going off. And now Loomis has the friggin' curse of thorn on his arm. No. So give me the whole producer's cut up until the ending. Take it out and put the theatrical ending in, and I could tolerate that.
Well, cool. Yeah, I think I gotta hit the road here, Pat. But
thanks for the great stream. Thanks, Travis, for hanging out.
Yeah, if we
I'll see you Monday.
Monday. If I'm up later here or whatnot, I will definitely contact you. But
yeah, give me a text. I'll be up for a little bit. It's actually snowing again here, so there's a 2-hour delay. So everything's going to be delayed in the morning. But thanks for everybody joining us, and everybody come back and watch us on the podcast on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, and we'll figure out what we're going to watch next week. I know there was a couple of people asking if we can do Halloween 2 next week, and you don't have to twist my arm to watch any Halloween movie.
Yeah,
I mean, unless it's Resurrection, that's a different story.
Well, I think Halloween 2, Pat. Like if Joe's good with it, we'll talk to Joe. Because we did 1 not too long ago. Now we went to 3. It's like, yeah, probably go back to 2. Why not?
Yeah, well, maybe we'll do 2 next week. We'll reach out to Joe. Joe, for those that don't understand why the big hairy guy is not here tonight, he wasn't feeling well, so he sat out tonight. Shout out to him. Feel better. We need you for Sunday night.
That's right.
And then that's basically it. So we'll see everybody then. All right, guys. So hit me up later if you want. I'll be around.
Okay. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.